You now know what division is. You know that that's different from using division or doing division using techniques, right? Now you're thinking about the question, how is division connected to multiplication? Exactly. Even though you might have heard that, you might know a little bit about it. So let me ask you the question that you were already asked, which is, there are 3 children on every bench, and there are 6 such benches. How many children are in the class totally? You now know this is called a multiplication problem, or we've named it like that. You'll be like, oh yeah, 3 children in every bench. There are 6 such benches. I'm adding 3 to itself again and again and again. And that when I'd have to do, I was lazy. I already wrote down somewhere the answer to this question. And the answer is 18. You'll be like, this is just 3 times 6. The answer is 18. Now I'm going to phrase the same question to you differently. I have 18 children. I have benches on which only 3 children can sit. Okay? How many benches should I buy? Pause for a moment. Think, this is a division question, right? I have 18 children. A bench can have 3. How many benches do I need? Is like divide 18 by 3, right? But notice that to answer this question, what you're really asking is, hey, how many times should 3 be added to itself for me to get 18 finally? That's the connection to multiplication. And think about it. Can the answer to this question be anything other than 6? Because you're seeing it right in front of you, that if you add 3 to itself 6 times, you'll get 18. So a division question automatically has its answer in multiplication, as you can see. If you try this for multiple questions, you'll notice that every time you're trying to divide a thing into many pieces, you're actually trying to add those pieces to each other to get this answer, right? So that's how division and multiplication are kind of the reverse of each other, as you can see. So what you'll do now is you're going to look at more examples where you're going to say, if I give you a number like, say, there are 42 children, so it's a bigger class. And each bench is like some big bench now, okay? Each bench has like 6 children. How many benches do you need? It's like asking 6 into how much equals 42. That's exactly, just pause for a moment. Think about that. These two are the same questions. 42 divided by 6 is how much? Is the same as asking, hey, if I multiply 6 by some number, what will the answer be? And you have some tables of 6 somewhere. You know 6, 7s are 42 somewhere. And you can be like, oh, the answer is 7. Beautiful, right? Something you came up with for multiplication. Wow, it's now useful for this other problem as well, which also is very common. So I want you to play with this quite a bit. And I also want you to play with situations where it's not so neat, right? What do I mean by not so neat? Let's say over here, instead of 18 children, your class has become more, sweet or whatever, and somebody didn't like that sweetness, so they left. So only like 16 children, okay? And your benches are still size 3. How many benches do you need now? You'll be like, hey, what should I multiply by 3 to get 16? Answer is, hey, 3 multiplied by nothing will like give you 16, right? But you can think now, because you understand the concept, you'll be like, hey, okay, if I add 3 to itself, once I'll get 3, twice will be 6, thrice will be 9, 4 times will be 12, 5 times will be 15. So 15 kids I'll be able to accommodate into the benches, right? But one child will be remaining. He'll just be like, he or she'll be standing in the corner like that. So you can answer this question even now by saying, hey, I'll need 5 benches, but sadly I'll have one person standing outside, and the standing outside or in the corner person is what we tend to call remainder, which just means they are remaining. We kind of don't know what to do with them. They don't fit fully. So even if you try questions where it's not so neat also, where the final answer you get is not a direct, like if you multiply directly, it won't come, but still you can answer questions like these. So try both of these and get your hands dirty, play with them to understand how division and multiplication are essentially the reverse of each other.